Welcome back to our Space Engineers Salvage Survival playthrough. Joining me are Fuzz, Dan, Thundra, and other members of the Court of Fools. Our rules this time are fairly simple. Small grid and static large grid are free to build. Free-floating large grid can be salvaged or built in our construction hangar. If you are interested in more, do the YouTube chant, like and subscribe, and enough talk. On with the show.
So I clicked on a link, what you can call it, and it was the inspiration for a fic I was reading was a light novel. And I clicked on the link because it was a good fic, which you know, I wanted to see the source material. The source material turned out to be a Korean light novel. Makes sense, the author was a Korean American. What you can call it. It was unfortunately a link to the Korean translation, and as a result, for the last 6 days, I'd say a solid 90+% of the ads I've seen have been in Korean. Now this might come as a shock to those of you who know me, I don't speak Korean.
Now, Mouse. You've fallen down the job, man.
I know, I'm a worldly individual with a passion for language, and I live in what is essentially the white bit of Asia. And yet, no Korean. It is always a fun little thing to look at. What you got is to look at a globe and just go, wow, we really are just the white patch. Because I live directly south of the South China Sea. Which, as I'm sure you, watching out, the Chinese government will tell you, means that I live in China.
Of course.
So I just learned that when you recycle a bot, you do not get your money back.
No, bastards.
You can put them in storage, however.
Yeah, I know. But that was a test, and it just taught me something.
Yep. Okay.
Very precious. Very precious lesson. Where do I want these pipes to come up at?
I will say probably the worst thing to come out of almost all of my ads being in Korean, because it really was, like, right after I clicked it, all of them, was when it finally started to die down. It was with an ad for what you call it, you know, children in Ukraine need you, and my first thought at 3 AM was, oh, thank God it's the war. Yeah.
All that's piped. I still need to put the roof in.
And refineries are empty. It's not shifting over.
Okay.
Because they're not connected to whatever grid the refineries are on.
That's bullshit.
That's what it's showing me.
Oh, well, that's because the refinery is on the Ship of Fools.
But we also have 2 basics on the base.
Well, I was wanting to do that, but it looks like I'm going to be fast boating myself over to industry and getting that going. Alright. Is the
Oh, that's right.
streamer currently being used?
I mean, it's green piped in here. And green pipe there.
Tried to draw it into the industrial storage container, and it's not connected to this grid.
Is it unparked out here?
Where do you have the drills?
The drills are in the stairwell area. And everything is welded up. Oh, never mind. I found where the wound is.
Everything is well. Oh, wait, never mind.
There.
Guessing the rotor head wasn't in?
The rotor head was in. It took a huge amount of damage, apparently, when I welded the other drills back on.
Yeah, it's now showing rock flowing everywhere.
Awesome. Anyway, Minimura, where is it hiding at?
Ask Dano.
Yeah, it's going everywhere.
Dano.
Full
Yeah,
smoking.
it's over where you last parked it in the back there.
I wasn't last using it. Y'all were. Y'all came and got it.
Mhm.
Thought
Funny
you
how
had
good.
used it to go get gold and platinum and whatnot, then came back and was like, "Hey, I can now make the components." You plugged it in there and then left. As far
I
as
do
I knew.
remember that. Where did I plug it in?
Back where we're trying to build the shipyard, on the other side of the energy production room.
Ah, that would explain it.
On the back into base.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I forgot we had the. Yeah. Memory is now working at half functionality. Whereas previously it was working on 0. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get some refineries up and going. Well, I gotta finish carving out the hole for it, but yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Depends, I guess, on what southern town.
Oh dear.
Southern American.
Except for the single church, that could work. I know of a small town that ticks for, depending on the time of the year.
You can't say, except for a third of the qualifying conditions.
Hey, it has an 11-story tower, actually 12-story tower, and depending on time of year, has 10,000 people, and is still classified as a small town.
What are we talking about?
Posted something in general chat.
I gathered that much.
Read a book last night that's supposed to take place in a small southern town of 10,000, and the protagonist lives in an 11th story apartment. And the town has one church, and I'm wondering if the author has ever actually been to a small southern town.
Yeah. I mean, the population's right. It's usually about one church per 10,000.
What?
One on every corner.
One church per...
I feel like you're
Yeah.
misimagining. Yeah, what you got? How many people 10,000 is?
Mm-hmm. Hey, not all those people go to that church.
Yeah, dude, there were 21 churches in my hometown, and it had 3,000 people.
God!
I talked
Yeah,
about like good Tennessee town too.
Why?
I was gonna say, we got 6 churches in my town, and I live in a town of 30,000 people, and we ain't you.
Yeah, well, it at its height, it had 3,500 people.
That's about one every 150 people.
Let's see. Warning signs. What do we have for warning signs? We have trade station notice, hazardous environment. That's just our entire setup here. Danger airlock mechanism. 0G zone.
Do you
Construction
have a
site.
warning Thundra in there somewhere?
No.
Airlock zone is close enough.
Okay, so we have 126 churches in our county. I said one on every corner. That is not intended to be a joke.
Oh, I know
And
that.
we got roughly 66,000 people.
How many churches did you say?
About 120 something. It was like 126. I lost count at like 125 or when I got near to the bottom. Forgot which one I counted.
So yeah, so you're looking at about 1 every 500 people.
Yes, but none of those people are actually going to that church. You know, it's...
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that, each of these churches has a congregation averaging 500, which you can call it. I'm just suggesting that 1 every 500 is a little different to 1 every 5,000, and it's a
10,000.
shitload away from 1 every 10,000.
Yeah.
Like I said, I live in a not particularly religious rural area of Australia, which you can call it. Most people just getting by to get by, which you're not looking to, lock down their Sunday with shit they'd rather be doing. And we still have twice what this person thought you'd find in a small southern town.
Okay.
Off the ground I go. Also, I died because the ship does not have any oxygen.
It's out of ice.
Yep.
Let's see. Up we go. Hug the ceiling. Off we go.
Inventory full.
Now, my favorite part about talking about my hometown in Tejas, telling people about it, is
Inventory.
pointing out to people that we had it wasn't just like having a 1,000 Baptist churches, which we had a lot of Baptist churches, but we had several Catholic churches. We had a synagogue. We had like a bunch of stuff. I don't think that a mosque had come in, but at that point, I think that if a mosque had come in, the town would have rioted.
Let's see. We've got Assemblies of God, AMEs, Baptist, Catholic, Christian, Church of Christ, Church of God, Episcopal, Holiness, Lutheran, Episcopal, Methodist, Orthodox, Christian, other religions, which also include a bunch of stuff I can't pronounce. The Alpha and Omega Holiness. Wonder where the hell that's at.
I have no idea.
It sounds vaguely culty, or, if not a cult, then a Christian gym bro.
That it could be a like furry Christians, I guess.
It might be.
Thank you for the second month of resubscription out of 6. So remember, you bought 6 in advance.
I think a lot.
One additional one to that.
I think a lot of these are just non-denominational.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, now we got Anglicans, we got one of the bigger cathedrals in WA, which so we got Catholics, of course, what you can call it. Got Mormons, which is weird as fuck. And then I think we got 3 non-denominationals.
Just think of them as members of the original Battlestar Galactica crew.
In what way? I'm gonna need context on that clarification.
The original Battlestar Galactica, you know, it way back. That if you look at that show and the a lot of the Mormon belief structure, there's a lot of similar in like you can see a lot of metaphor in that. So and I'm not the only one to have noticed this, and a lot of people online refer to it as with the same tone that Pigs in Space had from the Muppet Show. Except Mormons in space.
6, 7, 8,
I know it's a very long tangent there, but...
Wait, no, trust me, I've heard weirder and longer, what you call it. Not the least because, what you call it, I used to have to hang out with the Mormons because my, what you call it, my sister, a lesbian, was dating, what you call it, a child of Mormons, so I was regularly called upon as, no, we're just going to a family dinner. Whose family? Get in the fucking car. Yeah, I can tell whose family. But yeah, no. So I used to have to hang out with them, and it was a ride. So my favorite tangent I've seen was what you can call it. My favorite tangent that I've seen with Mormons is there's a YouTube series, which you can call it, just like an itty bitty thing, and it's when Mormons try and convert an expert. It's just this woman who's like reading through the Book of Mormon, going, "But how? How did he build the boat that took him to America? That starts off this whole shebang. Because how did he get the wood in a desert? How did he smelt all the iron that, you know, your book says that he had?" You know, I have so many confusions, and none of them are theological just yet.
Should I queue up some construction components, because we only have 2 left?
Probably.
Out of the 10,000 that was being built, we only have 2 left?
For construction components,
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, we go through stuff like that, dude.
Especially since I'm doing graded flooring. That's construction
See.
components and still small steel tubes and girders.
Assembler 1 and Assembler 2 are both kind of busy already at the moment.
Comment.
How do you know which one's which?
Because when you go to production, you see how it says Assembler underneath search? You click on that bar, it'll bring down the entire list of all the assemblers.
Oh, neat.
Let's see.
Yeah. Plasma assemblers
Plasma
are busy doing other
one.
things. Don't mess with them.
Well, Plasma Assembler 1 is currently not doing anything, so I'm going to flop it over to do another
Are they not generating plasma?
grand. Well,
Or-
all they're
or-
using at the moment is stone, and that's...
Yeah.
So the plasma assemblers, are they just new assemblers that can do the plasma, or are they
They are intended, once we get things running, that those are primarily going to be pumping out plasma. If,
Okay.
like, for now, during construction time, we can use them for whatever we need. But once your stuff is done...
Thundra, do not shut off assemblers 1 or 2 from concrete. That's all we've got making concrete.
I'm not messing with anything. I'm looking to see how I can get rid of some of these tools that no one's using.
Thank you for watching. All thumbnails are taken from the episode. First person to comment with the correct timestamp will get their comment pinned.